back to sleep. The dark ain't too deep. Hey, what's the word? Welcome to another episode of Sunday Sidecar, the series where we help keep you climbing all the way to the top of last week's Tuesday Ukeday drop from yours truly, Uke Brute. This week's episode, Abide Moment. Oh, so this one, I guess we can, we're going to dive into the musical structure to start off with. I know it's not usually the case with these, but it's a very simple one. In fact, I think it might be my simplest chord progression that I have for any of my songs. And it's just that simple. Return. Oh, return. That's it. It's just the same thing over and over again. Just loops back as if it's some type of eternal return. What's that? Well, glad you asked. As you may or may not have noticed, if you looked at the lyrics and the details of the Abide Moment video, you'll see at the bottom there's a little hat tip to Friedrich Nietzsche. This is one of only two songs where I incorporate somebody else's writing into my work. The other one is Coco the Gorilla. So Nietzsche and Coco, and that's it. But I lift up some lines from the penultimate chapter of Thus Spoke Zarathustra, entitled The Drunken Song. Great title for a chapter or section. A lot of people associate Nietzsche with nihilism. Accurately, but usually they get the nihilism part wrong. Like, what is nihilism? Yeah, we all know, like, oh, we believe in nothing, we're nihilist. Yeah, nihilism, posits that the world is meaningless. There's no reason or rhyme or reason behind anything, and so it's like, oh, what's the point? So we just do nothing. But that's only the first half of it. The rest is, it becomes incumbent upon us to find the beauty, find the wonder, or create it ourselves, is the case. So that's part of that. But also a bigger part, maybe I would say, I don't know. I'm not a Nietzsche expert. We're not going to get into a long philosophical rant here. I haven't done a close read of Nietzsche since college. I've only done maybe some superficial reads of his work over the past decade or so. So we're not going to get deep into this, and I'm no authority on this, so don't be like, oh, well, Uke Brute said about Nietzsche. Well, I mean, you could if you want, but you're not talking about me, I guarantee it. But another big part of his philosophy is probably even a larger, more important theme across his philosophical corpus is, the concept of eternal return, and that we're just kind of looped in this same eternally returning loop of life, of reality, of existence. It's eternal. And but within that, just like, what does that mean? Like, how do we find joy? How do we find happiness? How do we find those moments that, everything kind of works? And so that's where this song kind of arose from. I had this, just, messing around. And I think I stumbled across, or I just happened, it was like one of those serendipitous moments where you just read something or come across something and you're like, that really kind of works for this, and it just kind of fits. And I decided not to build out the melody anymore because I like the idea of just returning back to that same, it's just like, your daily life every day, cycle through the same damn thing. And that's how even the lyrical structure kind of alludes to that, kind of just keeps going in the same verse with not really a stop or a pause. And even it loops back to itself at the end, like a little Ouroboros for you. But, the language itself it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really too deep or really metaphorical or something that you have to dig into. It's just trying to hold on to that moment of peace, of happiness, and that's what it gets down to towards the refrain, that abide moment. And that's really the song. It's a short one. It's very, I'm not gonna say basic, but it's foundational, fundamental, you know, in its way, like just kind of solid good stuff for us all. Sure. I mean, I can give you the full Nietzsche quote if you'd like. Just really check him out. He's a lot more easier. He's a lot easier to read and comprehend than he expects, and a lot more fun in a lot of ways. We need more Nietzsche in the world. But the full quote, so you can see like what I'm pulling out from the lyrics, is have you ever said yes to a single joy? Oh, my friends, then you said yes to all woe. All things are entangled and snared and namored. If you ever wanted one thing twice, if you ever said, you please me, happiness, abide, moment, then you wanted all back, all anew, all eternally, all entangled and snared and namored. Oh, then you loved the world. Eternal ones, love it eternally and evermore. And to woe too you say, go, but return, for all joy wants eternity. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. Freddie Nietzsche, you know, he sums it up there for what I'm trying to say there with this song. And so I just had to put it to music. And a lot of his writing does translate well to music. So if people, you're struggling for some songwriting, go pick up some Nietzsche. Pick up, you know, Beyond Good and Evil. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Go read the Gay Song. You'll get some inspiration. I guarantee it. And on that note, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and check back soon for another ditty from